Welcome back, everybody. Well, third period of play here coming up. Chicago with a 3-1 lead. Sioux City obviously hoping to turn it all around here. Boy, and if any team's going to make a comeback here, it's going to be Sioux City. Last two times before New Year's Eve, they were at home. Both those wins were comebacks, so I'm a believer. So we'll see what happens here. I don't know why there's just a long period of silence there, but you're probably already tuned out now after that. But alrighty, here we go. Lights are back on. Gavin Gary will take the draw with Brady Kudrick. And we're off and underway here in this third period. Well, we'd love it a hell of a lot more if we'd win, but you know, why would I know? Here's Lyons with it now. Lyons down there in the corner. Puck went wide. Boy, you know, Jackson Crowder, he tried to pass it out, but instead he cleared it on his own. Just so funny how that works. Here's Gavin Gary with it there at the blue line. Gary feeds it on over to Luke Gary. Now into the hands of Jonas Kemps. Gavin Gary popped in there. Christian Lyons. Luke Gary to Gavin Gary, takes his shot, just went wide of Loie Hara. There we go. Shot went wide of Fickthorn. Well, that's good. Here's Luke Gary with it now. Luke Gary sends it on over to Shane Gold. Here's Gold with it now. Gold sends it on over to Luke Gary. Long toss down ice. This will go for icing. Nice. Not nice. Face-off will come to the left of Fickthorn. Gavin Gary will take the draw with Ashton Schultz. Face-off's one. Here's Sisson on back. Sisson in the circle. Behind the net. Referee was in the way. Sisson feeds it on over there for Millette. Now Rooney off the boards. There's Harris with it out towards center. Harris tipped by Sisson. Here's Gold with it. There now Tomko. Picked up Ashton Schultz. Schultz off the boards. It rolls down into the corner. Shane Gold with it now. Gold sends it around. View there at center. Picked up by Scantlebury. Tomko tipped there. Derek Olson. Here's Scantlebury again. Shane Gold spins around a defender. Here's Gold out towards center. Gold to Tomko. Off the boards, missed by View. Here's Gold. Now Scantlebury. Well, not Scantlebury, but Timo Kazda shot. Save made by Fickthorn. Anderson and Timo Kazda at the face-off. It's one. Here's a shot got deflected wide by Tuminaro. Senersha with it. Now there for Max Anderson. Anderson. Pass across, cannot make the connection with Louis Vara. Louis Vara, my guy. In the corner, here's Vatne with it. Shot save made by Louis Vara. Picked up there by Senersha. In the corner, back behind the net. Here's Poyer with it. Poyer sends it on over there for Stenger. Stenger picked up by Dakota Bailey. Here's Bailey with it. Feeds it back behind the net there for Daniil Booten. Booten picked up by Steger. Stenger there for Booten in the circle. Here's Martineau with it. Kemps pops it up into the air there for Bailey. Here's Gockler with it. Gockler into the circle of Poyer. Poyer, now Owen Dyer with it. Pavel Martineau in the corner. Dyer sends it on out for Kalbeck. Kalbeck shot save made by Fickthorn. Here's Martineau with it out towards center. Bailey off the boards, picked up there by Martineau. Asadorian with it, sends it around the boards. There now for Gockler. Gockler, Asadorian there at the blue line. Millette sends it down into the corner behind the net. D'Alessandro takes this one. Here's D'Alessandro with it. Long toss tip there by Geiger. It rolls back behind the net of Louis Hara. Puck taken there by Millette. Here's Millette out towards center. Sent back in behind the net there for Fickthorn. Fickthorn handles it on Christian Lyons with it in the corner. Here's D'Alessandro out towards center. D'Alessandro, nice toss. Here's Luke Gary in. Shot stopped there by Louis Vara. Here's O'Leary with it. O'Leary behind the net. Luke Gary, little poke check there. Yeah, Louis Vara has not had a win this year in goal, and we're not going to let it happen tonight. Kyle O'Leary, pass across, shot went wide from Luke Gary. Here's Gavin with it behind the net. Out there in front, Luke Gary, there for Shane Gold. Did he not even see the pass or what? Well, I mean, it was right there, but unless he was expecting, I don't know who was over there to get it, but there's Sinersha with it. Yeah, Gold doesn't make very many mistakes. I mean, he does lead the league in points in terms of defensemen, so I mean. Here's Derek Olson with it. Now View with it at the blue line. View picked up there by Cole Tumanaro. Gold sent up there for Tomko. Tomko back for Jeffress. Jeffress pass across. Could not make the connection with View. Here's Rylan Rooney with it out towards center. Rooney. On across Sisson. And you can shut up now, you bitch. Shut up. Boy, hit the middle bar and then hit the right bar too. Boy, in and out. I don't even care who got the goal. .536 time of the goal. Face-offs won. Oh, watch out. It's out of play. I thank God for the railing or else somebody was getting hit. You know, luckily enough, we're at a high enough level to where I don't think there's a chance that we could get hit with the puck, but we've had a couple of close calls, we'll just say that. Anderson sends it down into the corner. Here's Kemps with it now. Kemps sends it out towards center. Oh, who cares? Here's Poyer with it. Poyer pass across in front. Vatne couldn't connect it. Here's Fickthorn with it behind the net. Fickthorn there for Stenger in the corner. Stenger. Millette shots up there by Fickthorn again. Chorlton popped up into the air. Here's Martineau with it. Poyer with it. Poyer. Millette now off the boards there for Chorlton. Chorlton. Here's Stenger with it now. Stenger gives it on to Lenny Geiger. Geiger shot save made by Louis Hara. 13:09 left to go here in this third period. We'll be right back in 1 minute.
We'd like to introduce you to the new Subaru Impreza distributor. But unlike the Honda Civic, we don't have one. So there's less trouble starting in wet or cold conditions. We eliminated the problem by eliminating the part.
From beginnings to finish lines, from rehab to performance, from first steps to giant names, you are strong. Good Samaritan, your teammate in life, your partner in health.
I don't know how you do it. I put together some really impressive deals. But this thing you pulled off, it's amazing. A big and tasty for just $1? How do you do it? What's your secret?
Got it, Buck. You're in luck. Because you can get a delicious beefy big and tasty, a McChicken sandwich, and lots of your other favorites on McDonald's Dollar Menu every day.
Together, Grimace, we could own this town.
Welcome back, everybody. 13:09 left to go in the third period. Chicago with a 4-1 lead right now. Martineau will take the draw with Aiden Dyer. Face-offs one. Here's Bailey with it. Shot went wide. Picked up there by Carr in the corner. Carr. And a scramble for. Here's Bailey with it. Well, now sent back the other way. Chorlton. Chorlton. Picked up there by Wyatt Harris. Here's Harris. There now for Chorlton. Chorlton picked up there by Geiger. Crossing center. Here's Geiger with it in the corner. Out in front, Dakota Bailey. Shot. Save made by Louis Hara. Then it went off its back and into the net! My goodness, that's going to go to Dakota Bailey! Holy smoke! So he took the initial shot. Louis Hara made the stop. It went wide. Bailey got it behind the net, went off his back, and into the net for Dakota Bailey. That's his second goal on the season. Nicely done. Well, let's see if that gets Sioux City back into this here. Time of the goal is going to be 7:23. Oh, I smell comeback. Here's Harris with it now. Off the boards, D'Alessandro there for Gavin Gary. Picked up there by Luke Gary, sends it back in behind the net. Louis Hara given away to Luke Gary. Puck's in a scramble for down there in the circle. Gavin Gary with it. There's Derek Olson with it off the boards. Picked up there by Marcos Inertia. Asadorian pass across block behind the net. Here's Kudrick with it. Just can't give up a goal. Might as well. I mean, while we're giving it all out. Here's D'Alessandro with it behind the net. D'Alessandro. There's O'Leary now with it. O'Leary. Puck sent off the glass toward center. Luke Gary, can he break free? Well, no, he's got 3 Chicago defensemen there. That's not going to work. It could. Just bank it off the back of Louis Hara. I think that's what we got to do. Just bank it off his back and into the net, and we're going to win. Here's Schultz with it. Shot save made by Fickthorn. Here's Tomko with it out towards center. Tomko pass across, got blocked by Schultz, but it still got to Stenger anyway. Here's Callback with it now. Callback off the boards. Into the corner, Riley Rudy. Trey Jeffress down there in the corner. Here's View with it. View. Shot tipped in. Boy. And it's Sisson with the hat trick, too. And of course, Cunt Face over here thinks that's a good thing. So for Sisson, that's his 14th on the year. Yeah, he's trying to be a goal scorer. He's trying to be a goal scorer. Trying in the loosest possible terms. He's like all of a sudden, oh yeah, I want to be a good hockey player now. That's not how that works. Not at all. Here's Omen with it. Omen in the corner. And a scramble for. Oh my God, did they just say that's his 4th? I'm going to be sick if it is. There's Scantlebury with it. Feeds it on over to Omen. Omen 2-on-2, because might as well. Timo Kazda. Vic Thorne throws it back behind the net. Here's Booten with it now. Booten. Down there in the corner, Max Anderson. Anderson. Now to Monaro. Off the boards. Puck is sent out towards center there for Omen. Omen. Around the boards. Taken away. Dakota Bailey. Out towards center. Here's Rylan Rooney at the blue line. Rooney, nice moves. Rooney in. Shot went up just a little high and wide. Rooney down there in the corner. Puck sent out there for Sinersha. Sinersha feeds it on over to Tuminaro. On a cross. Off the boards, Derek Olsen. Tipped by Bailey down into the corner. Kemps is there. Kemps behind the net. Here's Martineau with it now for Geiger. Down there's Martineau. Off the boards. Here comes Luke Gockler with it the other way. Gockler down there in the corner. Gockler. There, Colin Sisson. Kemps. Taking away Martineau. Here's Martineau out towards center. Flips it out of play. .8:35 left to go here in this third period. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
There is a revolution coming.
Excuse me? What do you mean?
The future is staring back at us like a perfect picture on glass. And this future, it must be protected.
What's it got to do with me?
Look.
What is it?
It will change everything. That's why they want to stop it. They will come after you without cease. Because the future belongs to us. LG OLED. Perfect picture on glass.
Who are you?
Oh, come now. I've already told you. The future is staring back at you. LG OLED TV.
Welcome back, everybody. 8:38 left, or 35. 5:62, holy smokes. Face-off will come at center. Right now, Muskie's down 5-2. Face-off's won. Here's Kemps with it, feeding it back behind the net of Fickthorne. Here's Stenger in the corner. Stenger picked up there by Gold. Stenger. Long toss down ice into the hands of Luke Gary. Here's Gary. Back there for Gold. Stenger with it now. Sends it back behind the net here of Louis Vara. Puck picked up there by Aiden Dyer. Dyer there at center. Jonas Kemps with it now. Kemp sends it out towards center. Here's Gold. Tipped wide of Louis Hara. Louis Hara. Tipped there by Shane Gold. Down there for Kyle O'Leary. O'Leary in the corner, back behind the net. Gold sends it back in behind the net. Jason Millette with it now. Millette off the boards. Picked up there by Poyer. Poyer kicked around. Kudrick is there. Tip Jackson Crowder. Ryan Poyer with it. Poyer, here's Crowder. Takes a shot off the skate. Now Poyer's there. Charlton can't even shoot the damn puck. I mean, that's just embarrassing. Tomko with it. Tomko down there for Millette. Tomko slammed into the boards. Puck is sent out towards center. Here's Jackson Crowder with it. Crowder. On out Omen. Jeffress. Now D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro into the hands there of Jeffress. Here's Jeffress in. Shot save made by Louis Hara, and it went wide. Here's Harris now with it behind the net. Harris gives it on over to Scantlebury. Scantlebury out towards center. Nice moves. Picked up Omen. Now Senersha. Puck rolls into the corner. There now Christian Lyons. Lyons feeds it on over for Vatne. Vatne out towards center there for Kemps. Kemps picked up there by Aiden Dyer. Here's Kemps with it now with Scantlebury. Scantlebury for Derek Olson. Picked up there by Max Anderson. Scantlebury. Omen. On back, callback shot save made by Fickthorn. Here's Kozda with it. Kozda. Scantlebury there for Omen. Omen. In the corner. It's Kozda. Back for callback. Shot blocked there by Daniil Booten. Here's Booten out towards center. Booten pass across to Max Anderson. And somehow we played it offsides. I mean, 5:24 left to go here in this one. Chicago with the 5-2 lead. Hopefully we can come back. I think we can, but because the game's not over till it's over. Here's Millette with it now. Millette tipped there by Rylan Rooney at the blue line. Rooney in the corner. Rooney. Shot save made by Fickthorn. Here's Millette now with Dakota Bailey. Picked up there by Sisson. Here's Lenny Geiger with it now. Geiger. Carr. Blocked there, Sisson. Here's Gold with it. Gold out towards the blue line. Geiger now with Sisson. And a scramble for Schultz on a cross. Rylan Rooney's shot went wide. Here's Sisson with it. There at center, Mark New gets hit. Geiger takes this one. Geiger, nice moves. Back behind the net. Here's Dakota Bailey with it now. Bailey on back there with Sisson. Sisson at center. Puck sent back behind the net. Fickthorn handles it. Gives it on over to Mason Stanger. Grande, my guy. It's Grande in my humble opinion, but he says, I guess the real pronunciation's Grandy, so. Here's Stanger with it now. Stanger out towards center. Stanger on for Luke Gehry. Now to Poyer. Shot scores! Ryan Poyer! Muskies within 2! There's the start of a comeback. Boy, Poyer got Louis Hara on the short side. Just like that with 3:54 left, it's 5-3. Where's my green pen? Oh, here it is. Time of the goal, 16:06. This ain't over yet, people. For Poyer, let's see. It's goal number 3 on the year. You know it is. Puck will roll back behind the net here of Victor. Another minute or so. I would expect Victor to get pulled. Shot stopped by Victor.
Stand up and make some noise. T-shirt tournament. Number 3 for our old
Face-off will come to the right of Victor, and Martineau will take the draw with Kudrick. Now what? Oh, Chicago screwed up the face-off. Well, that's good, at least. Oh, now kick him out. Good. Stop whining. You're in the lead. Shut up. Crowder now takes his place. He wins the draw. Gets back to Kemp's shot save made by Victor. Uh-oh. We waited until now to get our undies in a knot, I guess. Woo! Face-off will come to the right of Victor. Scantlebury will take the draw with Martineau. Scantlebury wins the draw. Here's Stanger with it off the boards. Gockler taken. Poke check saved by Victor. Now Stanger will clear it out towards center. Puck sent down into the corner behind the net. Stanger takes this one. Stanger sends it out towards center here for Dallas View. View clears it back in behind the net there of Louis Vara. Here's Geiger with it in the corner. Geiger in a scramble for. Coming up on 3 minutes. And here goes Victor into the bench for an extra attacker. Shot went wide. Here's View with it. View back down there. Martineau. Here's Gold with it. Gold. Pass across to Luke Gary. Gotta shoot at it. Luke Gary scores! The Muskies are within 1! Oh, is that going to Luke Gary? I think so. Boy, the Muskies are within 1. Yeah, Luke Gary had it. He took the shot. Yeah, just went 5-hole on Louis Vara. For Luke Gary, that's his 15th goal on the year. Boy, 17:09, time of the goal. It's 5-4. We could be seeing the greatest comeback of all time right now. I'm assuming right after the face-off, Victor's going to get pulled. Face-off's won. Here's Harris with it. Well, maybe not quite. Gold has the puck. Here's Luke Gary with it. Gary eats it over to Gavin Gary. Victor, he's going to the bench while offsides is called. I think he's just going to stay there. I'm nervous. Oh. Well, the face-off's not in the Musketeers zone. Oh, well now. Okay, he's ready to come out at least. Tomko wins the draw. Puck will go back into the corner. Here's Gold with it. Gold behind the net. Gold sands it on over to Luke Gary. Now Chicago putting the pressure on. Here's Jeffress with it. There goes Victor. Go, go, go. Here's William Tomko. And scores! William Tomko ties the game! Just after Victor is pulled! They've tied it up! We're not done yet! William Tomko against his former team ties this baby up! Unbelievable! I can't. I literally can't. I'm standing up. Oh, baby. Inertia with it. Lions off the boards. Martineau, my goodness. Here's Lions on over Martineau. Although something happened with the Jumbotron. Excuse me.
Ring went down.
Yeah, because if the Muskies score 6 here, it's a free pan pizza, so who doesn't want free pizza? Here's Kudrick with it. Kudrick shot saved by Victor. Here's Martineau with it. Martineau sends it off the boards. Here comes Luke Gary. On over to Max Anderson.
His 16th of the season, scored by number 28.
I got his top go again. Shot went up high and wide. Oh. Icing is called with a minute 14 left.
And with that, another t-shirt off. Here, section 106, and Make Boys. And we are up to number 5 on the old Chicago 6. Free pizza for everyone. Make some noise if you want some free pizza and old number 6.
Boy, listen to this crowd. They are going berserk right now. Tomko. It's Scantlebury at the draw. Tomko ends the draw. Here's Callback with it. 69 seconds left to go here in this third period. Here's Callback with it. Callback gives it on over to Omen. 1 minute left to go here in this third. Here's Kozda. Shot. Save Victor. Rebound loose. Another big stop by Victor. Here's Kozda with it. Gotta get it clear. Here's Jeffress into the Chicago zone. Jeffress tried to pass it. Couldn't get it to Luke Gary. Here's Gary. Kemps. Now Kozda out towards center. 34 seconds left to go. Scantlebury taken away by Gavin Gary. He'll take it behind the net. Gary off the stick of Sisson. Although, okay, we've got Muskies covering him. We should be good. Got to get it clear. Come on, 18 seconds. Here's Stenger with it. Feeds it on View. View towards center. Now Gavin Gary takes this one. 8 seconds left to go now. Down to 5. One more rush up the ice here, maybe. Sisson, they're going to run out of time. And we are going to overtime, tied at 5. During their 7-game losing streak so far, Chicago's been to overtime twice. Yeah, last time they were in Omaha, December 27th, just a couple of weeks ago. Versus Youngstown, they lost that one 3-2. Their last win in overtime was early on in the month on the 5th versus Cedar Rapids. That was a 5-4 victory. So far, they're 3 for 5 in games that have gone into extra periods. Sioux City, last time they were in overtime was back on December 13th versus Fargo. That was a 5-4 victory. They were also down in that game too, mind you. And then last time they lost was at Muskegon, 3-2. Oh, that was during the Fall Classic, though. So far this year, the Muskies are 3-1 in games that have gone to overtime or a shootout. Shots that period, Chicago 13 for a total of 37. Sioux City 8 shots on goal for a total of 28. They scored 4 in that period. Here we go. Well, we still got 38 seconds left. Each team's already earned a point towards the standings. We're just playing for an extra point at this point. 5 minutes, 3-on-3, we switch sides. We have Tomko, we've got Jeffress. We need somebody else out there. A defenseman. Get Shane out there, yes. Jeffress, Tomko, and Shane Gold. You cannot go wrong with those three. It'll be Sisson, Schultz, and Senersha for Chicago. Tomko and Schultz at the face-off. Schultz wins the draw. Here's Senersha with it. You got a lot of open ice here now. Here's Senersha with it. Feeds it on over to Schultz. Here's Schultz. Nice moves. And pass across. Shot. What a stop by Victorn! Here's Schultz. Back out for Sisson. Well, uh-oh. Can Jeffress come up with it? No, he can't. That's okay. Here's Here's Sisson with it now. Sisson out towards center. Sisson. Shot up high into the netting and out of play. Okay, we can work with that. We can work with that. Boy, Jack Victorn keeping the Muskies in this game. Face-off will come to the right of Victorn. Martineau will take the draw with Kazda. Kazda wins the draw. Comes back there for Callback. Although Luke Gary applying the pressure. Who would have expected that? Callback has it. Callback. We got 3 defenders there, boy. O'Leary almost jumped on. We almost got caught with too many men. Here's a shot saved by Victorn. Boy, that scared me. I thought, we'll just say that. Face-off's won. Gold behind the net. Leaves it for Tomko. Here comes William Tomko up the right side. Tomko with Callback to beat. Here's Tomko behind the net. Callback pushing him into the boards, then takes him down. Don't worry, they won't call it. Here's Kazda with it. Kazda feeds it on over Omen. He bobbles it. Tomko's there. Here's Callback. Jeffress comes on now. Here's Kazda with it. 3.5 left to go here in this overtime. Omen up the right side. Omen shot save made. Victorn rebound. Where is it? It's in his glove. That's where it is. I've already done lost my mind. Face-off will come to the left of Victorn. Chicago wins it. I think they've won every single face-off in this overtime. Here's Stanger with it. Stanger. Uh-oh, here comes Jeffress. Jeffress goes by Senersha. He's in. Saved by Louis Hora. If anybody's going to end the game, it's going to be him. Senersha with it. Senersha. Pass across for James Scantlebury. He's in. Went wide. He lost control of it. But then he lost his glove. They'll have to blow the whistle for that. Face-off will come to the left of Victorn. Schultz will take the draw with Martineau. Face-off's won. Chicago wins it again. Oh my goodness. Here's Sisson with it behind the net. Sisson towards the blue line. Here's Kudrick. Back for Sisson. I don't know why they're moving back in their own zone. That's just dumb. They're trying to set up something here, but we're not falling for it. Here's Sisson. Nice moves. Still has the puck. Martineau's in his way. Sisson still twirling around. Gives it off. Kudrick. I think I'm going to be sick. Here's Sisson with it out towards center. Sisson on for Kudrick. Kudrick just kind of spins around there. Does nothing. Just kind of stands there.
Wasting time.
Here's Kudrick with it. Kudrick gives it on back. Costa shot up high and wide. Rebound rolls back behind the net. In the corner, it's up for grabs. Gold gives it off for Vatne. Here's Vatne up the left side, although he runs into a Chicago defender. Vatne on across here for Tomko at the blue line. 1:38 left to go in overtime. Come on over here, Tomko. Tomko. Boy, for View. View. The Stenger couldn't connect. Here's Stenger behind the net. Stenger wrap around, went wide. Oh, but then he got taken down. Here's Tomko. Keeps it in, though. Omen will have it. 1:14 left. Boy. Here's Costa with it. Costa. On back for Crowder. Boy, he's the former Musketeer, too. Well, there's 2. 1 minute left to go in overtime. Costa. Oh, but we got to be serious now here. Here's Crowder in. He scores. And Crowder wins it at overtime. Of course, it had to be a former Musketeer. I just had to say it, didn't I? Well, good for them. They break their 7-game losing streak. Muskies, they still get a point out of it. Better than nothing. So they'll salute the crowd at center. Boy. I think we can all agree that was a horrible overtime for Sioux City. Chicago pretty much controlled that whole OT. But boy, what an effort by Sioux City. Well, we got to deal with the 4 bitches and 2 dickheads sitting the next section over from Chicago tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be Hawaii night, so that'll be exciting. But yeah, we'll hope you join us back for that. So yeah, luckily enough, Sioux City, they still got a point out of it, so we'll take that. If we can get at least another one tomorrow, I think we'll be just fine. Although, let's see. Did Tri-City or Lincoln win tonight? Oh, that game's tied up at 2 with 2:14 left to go in the third. Because if Lincoln can lose in regulation, then we'll overtake them for 3rd place. Please just have something good happen to us tonight. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and yeah, we will see ya then. This has been a presentation of RVN Sports in association with RVN. RVN Sports are online at rvn.com. Coming up next, it's your local news over most of these RVN stations.